Là tout le monde sait que 50 ça commence à vraiment super bien. Nous nous trouvons aujourd'hui pour ce jeu. Donc comme je promets, je vais ramasser des clusters. Comme vous voyez, j'en ai 70. J'ai fait des street. Donc là nous allons faire fait de barbe noire un allié. Donc là on va aller chercher un allié. Comme promis, je vous ai attendu à votre pour cette vidéo, je ne vais pas vous faire ma mère m'attend. Ok, je préfère pas t'es pas de ma gueule. Je préfère pas parler. J'aime bien ma publicité de vol.
Abandoned ship! We've been boarded! Get these damn things off my ship!
Play too?
I got a bit of treasure in that chest over there. The weapon you find inside may help with our little imp problem.
Oh. Oh, il est magnifique. Oh là là. Oh, c'est
Get off! Who's next?
I summoned these imps to serve as my crew. I forgot what a handful they could be. Once aboard, they wouldn't listen to their captain. They ran amok in the bowels of the ship.
No, not another one of these. Fuck off. Get off.
Good God, you're swarming me!
Fuck off. It's okay to drop the pirate voice.
What pirate voice would that be?
Wow.
Encore?
Zinyak's destruction of Earth had a profound impact on the afterlife. To heaven, it was a logistical nightmare. St. Peter's meticulous nature drove purgatory wait times to unbearable levels. Meanwhile, in hell, where souls in pain were used as currency, it created a new era of prosperity for the wickedly enterprising. This economic boon resulted in the coffers of hell to be overflowing, which in turn piqued the interest of the most notorious man that sailed the seven seas. Long had Blackbeard been a thorn in Satan's side, robbing tax collectors on a semi-regular basis. But the promise of an immeasurable fortune drove him to be even bolder. An arrangement was reached. Blackbeard would provide information on strategic targets in exchange for a share of the profit. Johnny, who was interested in murder, not money, happily agreed.
I grant ye the ability to summon my crew whenever they're needed.
Invocation, tu peux désormais faire apparaître des entités qui observent tes niveaux. La confusion tue actuellement une grande attention de la série mortelle. Une des déroutes sur deux fois. Parce que le rapport entre les éléments sont changés.
Your best bet to save them is to continue to try to draw Satan out of his palace. All right, matey. It's time for your lesson. Let's summon me favorite scurvy-riddled hellion, the imp. Why don't you start off by summoning an imp to take out those enemies?
Oh!
There you go, matey. Now take down the other demon. Ankle fighters are vicious. Now let's practice your aim. Take down the demons on the islands. Few things are as rewarding as pressing someone into service, am I right? Now get going. There's a whole wide world waiting to be plundered.
Oh, c'est stylé. Ok, maintenant je peux faire apparaître des déblotages qui servent à que dalle. C'est magique, c'est magnifique. Le sentitude. Ah, je peux aussi prendre plaisir.
Don't mind if I do.
Mais je peux pas le prendre, hein. C'est un truc de là. Ah, tu me fais. Ouh.
Let's see what these things can do.
Check. Et des checkers. J'ai pas le temps avec. Un casino! Dans tous les centres, il y a un casino alors qu'on se fait choquer. Oh, on va danser! Pardon, allez là! On va les draguer. Oh, yeah. Voilà. Dernière bagarre, après je ferme. Oh, c'est bien. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Par le pouvoir du marteau de fer. 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 Par le pouvoir du marteau de fer.
Lights up. William Shakespeare, humanity's greatest playwright, and hell's most diabolical purveyor of entertainment, looks on as a brave mortal on an Orphean quest enters. The bard's interest is piqued, and he looks to test his visitor's mettle. The masked tragedies were used to enemies cowering as they approached. But soon they realized that they faced a foe with courage and nobility, traits uncommon in the fires of perdition. The inciting incident resolved. The time had come for rising action. The battle raged on below, and as bullets and blood flew, the bard arched a curious eyebrow. Could this mortal be the exact thing that Shakespeare needed?
This battle is fought. Arise.
And now, Act 3!
Ses pouvoirs de diablotin. Invocation. Il y a d'autres formes de diablotin, on n'a pas les... On n'a pas eu l'action.
This is bad timing.
Perdu.
conflict resolved, Shakespeare eagerly awaited meeting the champion that dispatched so many of his men. Undoubtedly, they were here for the bard's aid, and while happy endings were not a thing found in hell, Shakespeare always had a soft spot for comedies.
In the land of the living, William Shakespeare is regarded as one of the most prolific playwrights of all time. However, to the denizens of hell, the bard is seen in a far different light. After selling his soul for fame and adoration, Shakespeare served in hell as Satan's spy master general. In doing his duty, Shakespeare would punish the souls he was investigating by forcing them to perform in grotesque passion plays for Satan's amusement. But in a Twelfth Night-esque twist, Shakespeare found himself living a double life. While he projected an image of cruelty, his heart was as soft as Jezebel's. In secret, he would tutor her on the classics and act out the works of his mortal days. When Satan found out, he cast Shakespeare out of the palace, believing that the poet would be tormented by the populace of hell, far out of Jezebel's sight. But Satan had not counted on the bard's cunning. Embracing his persona of master torturer, Shakespeare and his followers, the tragedies, took root in the entertainment district, biding their time for revenge.
Ah d'accord. Donc il était amoureux de la fille de Satan. Donc c'est pour ça qu'il veut m'aider.
And so Shakespeare called forth the Deus Ex Machina to bestow our protagonist with the arcane power of force stomp.
Oh yeah. On va faire des petits sets tout de suite. Tu peux démarrer ta putain. Écrase-moi, Estelle.
Lights up. The mortal stands in the training grounds, eager to try out his new force stomp power on the group of demons in front of them.
No pity for the mortal.
Scene 2, in which our protagonist kills more demons. Act 2, in which our protagonist is greeted by foul imps. In which our protagonist learns that Force Stomp even works on flying enemies, enabling them to remove a dark fighter's shield before shooting them to death. The day is won, and the curtain closes on our noble hero.
J'aime bien faire un petit style, les ailes qui sortent. Je suis l'ange. Elle a rien, moi j'ai carrément un bras de démon à moitié déchiré. Elle est tranquille, elle a un petit bras, elle a l'agent du FBI, elle a rien. Moi je suis à moitié cramé au 3e degré, c'est pas grave. Je vais bien. Allez. Vivre en enfer, c'est ça ma gueule. Oh ma gueule. Oh merde. Même pas mal. Ça brûle, c'est tout. J'ai dit que ça me faisait pas mal. Ah, pardon, mais très bien.
a chance.
De Vlad ton allié. Vlad non pas là, on va voir Dracula ma gueule. C'est cool. On va avoir une célébrité parmi nous. Après Shakespeare et Barbe Noire. Shakespeare. Oh. Qu'est-ce que je vais apprendre à mordre les gens? Je pense que ce sera la dernière quête de la vidéo, mes amis. Je fais les quêtes secondaires, les quêtes principales avec vous. Parce que selon moi, les quêtes secondaires, ça fait partie de l'histoire. Et l'histoire, je pense que c'est ce que ça vous intéresse. Oh le chanceux. 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 C'est une papa. Yeah. Qu'est-ce que je disais? Une seconde. Oh, merci. C'est un peu pour les pas du tout à ce que je m'attendais. Bon, une caméra qui sera choquée par les trucs que je suis en train de faire.
The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep.
What, if they wanted to torture you, why'd they use the short version of the song?
This is the short version.
Oh yeah! The wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish. The hobo on the bus goes I'm on head like 80 of them.
We must end this infernal music!
Come, let us return to my castle, so we may plot our next steps in proper surrounds.
Ouh,
Johnny led Vlad back to his castle, which since his incarceration became a haven for frat parties and squatters. But the systematic impaling of trespassers would have to wait. Vlad was a man of his word, and was eager to provide intel that could aid in hobbling Satan's armies.
I bestow upon you the Stygian cold fire. I've brought you to this inferno to teach you about the power I have granted you. Cold fire is an aura, which means you must activate the power and get close to an enemy before they will feel the cold embrace of the Stygian flames. Try it against these demons.
Winning isn't important.
Well done. Now here comes a dark inciter. Use your aura, then get close to him to take down his shields. From there you can finish him off with your pistol. Done it! Doesn't it feel good to watch an enemy burn?
Need the rest of them.
Je vais bien, je brûle des gens. Bon, chers youtubeurs, nous allons nous arrêter là. Alors, franchement, je recommande ce jeu, c'est juste le début qui est un peu chiant. Quand on connaît pas les touches et qu'on maîtrise pas encore les pouvoirs, c'est chiant. Enfin, moi j'ai un petit peu appris. Allez, je vous dis à plus, bye bye, goodbye. Et désolé de pas avoir parlé beaucoup, c'est juste que mes parents sont en train de dormir et j'ai voulu vous faire cette vidéo maintenant. Allez, bisous.